has lagged behind a lot of the other Bitcoin miners. So for that reason, all right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. I want to do my Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner daily update. And like I said, I do this on a daily basis for Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. So if that's content that you're interested in, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Also, if you enjoy this video, please smash the like button and feel free to drop a comment below. Okay, let's talk Bitcoin. First, we'll look at the Bitcoin big board. Bitcoin is having a good day today. Today is Tuesday, February 15th. It's still the middle of the trading day, so the numbers I'm going to show you are not the end of the day numbers. So let's go to the big board. Okay, so a couple of things jump right out. The first thing is this is straight green. So today is a good day, and when you get to the chart, we'll see what's happened. Every single miner that I follow is green today. Some much more so than others. Bitfarms and RIOT, I can tell you, are at about plus 5 and 6%, but they were much higher than that earlier. Bitcoin has pulled back a little, and those two have pulled back with it. Conversely, Cleanspark is up 16.6%. Despite the fact that Bitcoin is pulling back, Cleanspark's just been going up in a straight line all day. Hive's up 9%, Riot's up 9%, Marathon's up 10.5%. Despite the fact that they just did a shelf offering of $750 million. So if you go down the line, you will basically see, almost without exception, these are all good numbers. All the miners are having at least a good day, if not a great day. These are not the final numbers, so if something drastic happens with Bitcoin in the last couple hours of the trading, then these may change, but this board's been green pretty much from start to finish today, so I expect it to finish up that way. All right, this is the Bitcoin chart on the 30-minute time frame. So each one of these candles represents 30 minutes. So I'm just going to point out a few key candles. The first one is, and you'll see an orange line down here, Bitcoin was trading at 42,210 when the equities markets closed yesterday. That's a key point of reference. And now I'm going to go to this green candle right here, which if I take my cursor off of it, you'll see got all the way up to $44,545. So I'm going to go to this green candle right here, which is the open this morning. So this was the opening of the equities market. So Bitcoin in this candle as the market opened got as high as $44,542. That was the high on the day. We have not been back there since. We've been drifting downward, although you'll see we hit a low here around lunchtime. We're still nearly $2,000 above where Bitcoin was at the equity markets close at the end of the day yesterday. So that is the reason that the board is so green and everything is up so much. So since the close yesterday, Bitcoin has had an excellent run. You'll see right after it closed, about an hour after, we had a very big 30-minute green candle. And then again, a few hours later, this was at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we had a very big push up again. And then we just kind of went up for the rest of the night, all the way straight into the open this morning. You'll see this is a very tight trading range all day today, and the Bitcoin miners are having an excellent reaction to it. Let's zoom out just a little bit. If we look at this on the 4-hour time frame, you'll see if I go all the way back to February 6th, which is not that far back ago, today's the 15th, so that's 10 days. You'll see this pink line right here at about 42,400 has basically represented support over the last 10 days. And you'll see we kind of crossed over it for a couple of days where we were fighting it. But this has been a line of support for the last 10 days. This purple line up here has actually been our line of resistance. That's at 45,716. So we almost got there on the 7th. We did candle wick above that on February 10th, and we haven't been back since. And you'll see this green line is a shorter term line of resistance. I don't expect major resistance there, although you'll see today we did seem to hit that line and turn back around. Okay, so I've zoomed out a little more. What we're trying to do is establish some higher highs and higher lows. So in order to do that, we are going to have to take out this purple line. We were just back here 5 days ago, and that was a new high. So I'm just going to jot down a couple of lines. If I go from the bottom, where I believe was the bottom on January 24th, that was the low. We hit a higher high, and you can see we kind of hit that several times here. And then we hit a low, and then we hit a higher high again. Now we've bounced off of a low. So what we need to do is this needs to hit a higher high. That would confirm our bullish trend. So we've got to break out of this purple line and maybe get up more towards this blue line is just short of 47,000, so that would certainly work. But anything above this 45,700, we need to close like a 4-hour candle above that to get a new higher high, and that will start to be a trend that we're looking at upward. Now we're about 3 weeks into this trend. This was January 24th. It's now February 15th. So the last 3 weeks we've been trending very much in the right direction, and you'll see we've had several different pullbacks, but in general, this has absolutely been heading in the right direction for 3 straight weeks. Okay, so here's Bitcoin on the daily time frame, and you can see this green line right here. We have clearly been in an upward trend now for 3 weeks. We did pop below this one time only to get right back above it, and then we bounced off of it here and we're up today. So this is a 3-week upward trend, which is very encouraging. So we want to see that continue, but in order to do that, like I said, we've got to take this purple line out and start to have a high somewhere up, maybe up here. Where this orange line is would be retesting January 2nd. So that would get us all the way back to where we were at the beginning of the year. So in the short term, that is what I'm looking for Bitcoin to do. On a day-to-day basis, we don't know which direction Bitcoin is going in. So we're definitely inside of a range. Right now, in my opinion, we need to stay above 42,000 in order to maintain this low as a higher low. If we go below that, then we're not having higher lows. We will then have a lower low. So we want to stay above this 42,000, and preferably we want to get above 46,000, heading up more towards 47 or 48,000. So to me, that's the short-term downside and upside price targets that I'm looking at. And again, that's over the next few days or the next week. Okay, so there's a couple of miners that I feel have lagged behind the rest of the group, and I think they are due for a push. One of them is getting a little boost today, which is Riot, and that is up about 9.7% at the moment. So again, it's not the end of the day. We'll see where it ends up. Okay, the first point I'm going to go to is this purple line. So this purple line represents 2 things. This was the September lows. That was our September 29th date, which we usually go to on every chart. In addition to that, this was roughly where we opened the year. You can see this was January 4th. So just to get back here to where we opened the year and to get back to our September lows, so this would represent about a 27% increase in the price of Riot if it was just to get back here. The other number I want to look at is this was where Riot was trading just prior to the flash crash. So Bitcoin had a flash crash on December 3rd, where it went from the high 50s to the low 40s and then settled somewhere in the middle around 47,000. So on that day, Riot was trading near $35. And to put it in perspective, that is nowhere near Riot's all-time high. So that was a local high. To me, this represents a pretty reasonable price point to get back to. If we took that and ran it up to Riot's November highs, which again was not its 52-week high or its all-time high, this local high was at about $46. That represents 134% upside in the price of Riot stock. I do think that is a very reasonable 2022 price target. So Riot has lagged behind a lot of the other Bitcoin miners. So for that reason, it has a lot more upside to reach some of these reasonable targets, in my opinion. And again, of course, none of this is financial advice. This is how I'm viewing the chart. And you guys, of course, need to do your own due diligence and make your own buying decisions. Only you can decide what's in your own portfolio. So for me, I look at Riot as a good risk-reward trade with some shorter-term goals of up between 30 and 70% and a longer-term goal of maybe 135%. So the other one I want to look at today is Bitfarms. This is the other one that seems to be lagging. It is up over 5% today, but everybody's having an even better day than that. And in general, once again, we're going to see that if we go back to some previous price points, Bitfarms still has a lot of room to run. So if we go from where it's trading today back to where it was trading on December 27th, which was just about a month and a half ago, that would be almost exactly a 50% increase in the stock price of Bitfarms. So if I were to go from where we're trading today, again, back to December 3rd, which was pre the Bitcoin flash crash, Bitfarms also has about 77% of upside. These are the two that seem to be lagging behind. I don't see any fundamental reason that they're lagging behind the rest. Again, I see this price target of around $7.30. I see that being very reasonable for Bitfarms. Again, this is not its all-time high. If we were to go back to Bitfarms' November high, which happened on November 9th, one day before Bitcoin's all-time high, then that would be 125, almost 126% increase from the current stock price. So again, to me, that's a reasonable 2022 goal, assuming Bitcoin gets healthy. So again, this is not financial advice. You guys got to do your own due diligence, but I do hold Bitfarms. It's one of my bigger positions, and I've actually been adding to it because I think there's a lot of upside left here. But again, this is not financial advice. You guys got to make your own decision on what you want to do. We'll leave by just saying Bitcoin is still at about 44,000 as I close out the video. A lot of these miners are creeping even higher still, even though you see we still are making red 30-minute candles. So very good momentum for the miners today. The stock market's having a very good day, and that always helps as well because remember, these miners are equities. So that's all I got for you today on Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.